How do we make the world a better place? We need to look to the future, to search for sound solutions, to create sustainable practices, to embrace emerging energy. Labeling products can help consumers identify which items are energy efficient. And that is where the Philippine Energy Labeling Program, or PELP, comes in. It improves our relationship with energy, particularly electrical resources we use at work, at home, or even when taking public transportation. Let's learn more about this DOE initiative on energy efficiency and conservation. I'm your host, Antoinette Toss. Welcome to Emerging Energy, a program that focuses on the energy sector and the impact of conserving energy on a better future for all. Energy efficiency starts when we purchase electrical appliances and items. From the type of air conditioning unit, even the refrigerator. The Philippine Energy Labeling Program aims to shift the behavior of consumers on how they choose these items. It shows each item's energy performance so shoppers can make smart choices. PELP also compels importers, manufacturers, distributors, and dealers of electrical appliances and other energy-consuming products to comply to this national labeling system. To talk more about the Philippine Energy Labeling Program, we are joined by our resident expert, DOE's Energy Utilization Management Bureau Director, Patrick Aquino. Great to see you again, Patrick.
Great to see you again, Antoinette.
And of course, let's get straight to it. Can you tell us all more about what exactly the Philippine Energy Labeling Program is all about?
PELP is one of the initiatives under Republic Act 11285, or the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act. It is the national labeling program wherein we provide information for energy-consuming products through energy performance rating, thus empowering consumers to make informed choices on the energy performance of appliances that they will be purchasing.
Can you tell us more about the features of the energy label itself?
It contains information on the energy efficiency rating, the monthly electricity consumption, the star rating itself, as well as information on the energy performance of the product. It also contains the product's model, make, and a QR code.
Director Patrick, can you tell us what types of appliances are covered under the Energy Labeling Program?
The latest expansion of the PELP covers the following: cleaning and laundry appliances, cooking and food processing, cooling, heating, ventilating, grooming and personal care equipment, ICT, lighting products, and renewable energy products. The next items for inclusion would be your electric fans and washing machines. As we move forward with the development of the necessary technical documents, more and more of the mentioned categories will have their own energy labels, Antoinette.
That's so amazing. Can you tell us what is an energy efficiency rating, and how can we actually tell if a product is energy efficient?
The energy efficiency rating is a numerical figure which translates to the higher the number, the more efficient the product. To provide for a visual representation, we also have the star rating itself, which is 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. So in choosing your appliances, we encourage them to go for the more number of stars, which is, in this case, 5 stars.
So aside from the star rating or the energy star rating, what are the other remarkable features in an energy label?
Okay, so I mentioned already that the energy label contains a QR code. When you scan the QR code, it takes you to the DOE public-facing website containing other relevant information such as the monthly electricity consumption, which also varies from month to month. It also takes you information, for example, for refrigerators, the greenhouse warming potential, or GWP. So there's a lot more information for the energy labels once you scan the QR code.
Once again, we are grateful to DOE's resident expert, the Energy Utilization Management Bureau Director, Patrick Aquino. Now we know better how energy labels work in our mission to conserve energy, but we've got more coming up. Up next, we'll learn about the impact of the implementation of PELP.
These are promoting smart choices for our consumers to be able to know which products are actually giving them more savings.
It will change how the customer will buy right now. They would like to ask questions on if tipid ba to or not. There's an additional factor on it.
Why choose the more energy efficient products? It just makes sense. It makes you save money and it gives you the convenience that you need at the time that you need it.
Now it's time to inspect how the Energy Labeling Program is working on the ground, specifically for small-scale industries. Still with us is our resident expert, DOE's Energy Utilization Management Bureau Director Patrick Aquino. Joining us also is Eric or Daniel, Assistant Manager R&D Center, Product Planning and Engineering of Sharp Philippines Corporation. And also, Sharina Venus-Tew, Vice President for Sales and Merchandising of Akari Lighting and Technology Corporation. Welcome to Emerging Energy, Eric and Sharina. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hello, Tony.
Yes, hi Tony, and we're very happy to be here.
And so are we. Now, direct to our topic, we're going to go straight back to Director Patrick and ask you, how do you see the Philippine Energy Labeling Program, or PELP, actually supporting household consumers in actually conserving energy?
Well, the PELP guides consumers by empowering them with relevant information on energy performance. The PELP contains information on the monthly electricity consumption. It also guides and empowers consumers at the point of sale, meaning in choosing the more efficient products for the market when they do make that purchase. For example, when you take a look at lighting products, originally we had CFL, or the compact fluorescent lamps. Now we have the light emitting diode, or LEDs, which is 50 to 80% more efficient. We also have the inverter type or air cons, wherein you see 50% savings as compared to the non-inverter air cons. So you can expect the DOE to provide this relevant information through the PELP as we progress.
As consumers, that includes me, we all want to make the best choices that we can each and every day. And now for Eric and Sharina, we can begin with Eric. And we'd like to ask you both, when did you find out about the implementation of the Philippine Energy Labeling Program, and this was about to begin? And also, what is your view on how this is currently being implemented in our country?
Prior for the energy efficiency and conservation energy was signed as a law, the Department of Energy have already initiated some technical working groups way back before 2016. Yeah. And Sharp Philippines Corporation is proudly to say that we are actively joined that one. Now, in time to the Philippines to conduct the energy labeling program, because most of the nation right now in Europe and in Asia, and in the United States are already have this initiative, already doing this.
Wonderful. Sharina?
Yes, actually we learned about this new guideline probably about last quarter of 2021. At that time, we had a lot of questions and clarifications, but fortunately, the DOE and their personnel were very much helpful in assisting us. We are very happy that we are able to get this energy label to our products. These are promoting smart choices for our consumers to be able to know which products are actually giving them more savings.
And speaking of consumers, we'd like to ask once again Director Patrick, now how do you see the specific labeling of energy efficient products in supporting citizens in choosing and making better choices towards items that are energy efficient or that can save us money?
The energy labels really serves as a guide, providing them with the relevant information. Let's just go back to the basics. When you get to see how much a particular appliance or energy consuming product consumes on a typical monthly consumption, it guides you on making the informed decision of purchasing the more energy efficient ones. We think of it as an investment, wherein if you invest on more energy efficiency at the start, your lower operating cost more than pays for itself.
Imagine we're talking about energy efficiency and conservation, but what we really need to highlight here is the savings for each and every person that actually participates in this wonderful program. Now, for Eric and Sharina, another question would be, as a member of the private sector, what do you think are the possible impacts of the implementation of the Philippine Energy Labeling Program on the market?
If Department of Energy and us, the producer, the manufacturer, could convey the message effectively to the consumers, this will be have a significant impact to the consumers. It will change how the customer will buy right now. They would like to ask questions on if tipid ba to or not. There's an additional factor on it.
Actually, what we see here is a watchdog, like the Department of Energy's initiative to have this energy label in our products is somehow a way to regulate and validate the brands in the market on how they market their products. And definitely, if we have a guide that shows which products can give more savings, can give more energy efficiency to your household, then the awareness of the people on how to make their homes into energy efficient homes will be very effective.
You mentioned the word savings again, so I'd like to go back to Director Patrick for this question. Many people have this perception that buying energy efficient products is expensive. But when we really look at the long-term goals and the long-term impact, can you tell us more about what are the benefits of supporting energy efficient products?
Well, did we mention again savings?
Yeah.
Savings is really the biggest factor in making those energy efficient decisions. And this is where the Philippine Energy Labeling Program comes in, because it provides you the cost to own a particular appliance. Think of it as an investment. The shift to an inverter will necessarily translate to around 50% lesser cost to you when you operate them, because that's the investment in technology. And the same is true when we come to lighting. From a CFL to an LED, again, that's 50 to 80% lesser. So our message is very simple. Why choose the more energy efficient products? It just makes sense. It makes you save money, and it gives you the convenience that you need at the time that you need it.
Well, you heard it direct from Director Patrick himself. 50 to 80% savings. Those are the benefits for us consumers that choose, of course, products that are energy efficient and, of course, under the Philippine Energy Labeling Program. When we return, we'll discuss how the Philippine Energy Labeling Program impacts the market on a larger scale.
This is our responsibility for the consumers, especially the Mother Earth, to level up our R&D, research and development, and invest on more efficient technology.
The more we see the labels, the more we are able to empower and guide our consumers in choosing the more energy efficient products available.
We see that this initiative will also remind us and encourage us to keep on trying and providing more and more efficient products for our consumers.
We've been discussing the impact of the Philippine Energy Labeling Program. Now let's talk about PELP and how it benefits different sectors on a greater scale. We are still joined by our resident expert, DOE's Energy Utilization Management Bureau Director, Patrick Aquino. Of course, Assistant Manager for R&D Center Product Planning and Engineering of Sharp Philippines Incorporated, Eric Ordaniel. And Vice President for Sales and Merchandising of Akari Lighting and Technology Corporation, Sharina Venus Tew. Thank you so much once again for joining us on this program. And we'd like to go straight to the question of asking both of you, Eric and Sharina, how do you see the Philippine Energy Labeling Program impacting your company, your business, your brand? And also, more importantly, how do you see PELP impacting your consumers?
Right. Definitely, we see this as a boost in terms of our initiative to also inform our consumers how efficient our products can be and how we can give more energy saving benefits for them. And at the same time, we see that this is also a good way to translate the technical specifications of each product. With this energy labels, it helps them understand more how efficient and how more advantageous a product can be.
Wonderful. And let's hear from Eric from Sharp.
Yeah, likewise, the law itself provide incentives. Rather than the benefits, the company, Sharp Philippines Corporation, is thinking this is our responsibility for the consumers, especially the Mother Earth, to level up our research and development and invest on more efficient technology. As for the consumers, providing them efficient products equivalent to less power consumption equals to less electric bill.
And so we ask Director Patrick a very important question. How does the DOE ensure the compliance of the private sector when it comes to the guidelines of the Philippine Energy Labeling Program?
Well, the PELP enforcement activities will formally start on 2024, but the biggest thing that we're seeing is actually seeing the labels on the store shelves themselves. And thanks to our partners for making these things available. Again, the goal is really on consumer empowerment. And the more we see the labels, the more we are able to empower and guide our consumers in choosing the more energy efficient products available.
We'd like to go back to Eric and Sharina to ask. So there are categories covered under products that are manufactured under PELP. And so we'd like to ask, are you producing any of these, namely the 4 categories: air conditioners, refrigeration units, television sets, and of course, once again, lighting products? And how will the implementation of PELP affect the manufacturing and production?
What we offer to the Philippine market are bulbs and tubes, from the evolution of lighting coming from incandescent to CFL, giving you more savings up to 10 times. And we see that this initiative will also remind us and encourage us to keep on trying and providing more and more efficient products for our consumers.
For Sharp Philippines Corporation, we are producing refrigerator, air condition, and LCD TV. One of the significant factor that affect our production is, of course, on the research and development. We need to develop more efficient products and relaunch our lineup. As for the sales, I think for this year, we're just monitoring the market. Although the appliance industry, we see this as a adjustment period, but I thought this would add spice to the competition. If consumers are aware of the 5-star, they may favor those who have more 5 stars.
And back to you, Director Patrick. We'd like to ask you about the progress of PELP, and not just that, its current improvements that maybe others don't know about yet.
Well, the PELP is poised to expand. We will be covering more energy-consuming products or appliances this year, starting with washing machines, electric fans, rice cookers, flat irons. Those are coming within the year. And our goal really is to put energy labels in almost all products that our consumers purchase, because nothing beats to empower them by providing them with the relevant information on the energy performance and consumption of those appliances.
Speaking of expansion, Eric and Sharina, do you support this wonderful expansion to include more types and capacities of energy-consuming products? And why do you think that this expansion would be incredibly beneficial?
Right. Especially for Akari lighting, we don't just market lights, we also have fans. And this is also a good way for us to be able to communicate the benefits of the products that we carry. When it comes to having someone as trusted as Department of Energy validate the specifications and the efficiency of a product is also very helpful to any brands.
Sharp Philippines Corporation, headed with our president, Kazuo Kito, see the bigger picture. First is the same on our direction is to support energy conservation, and second is to support carbon neutrality. We are doing it in our own plant, but this initiative from the Department of Energy help us also to contribute to the consumers, providing them efficient electricity, less carbon footprint, better to Mother Earth.
Now, before we let you go, I am holding some paddles right here, paddle boards, and this is because we are going to play an emoji game. So it's quite simple. All you have to do is raise the paddle for the corresponding emotion that you feel towards the question that I have asked about energy and specifically PELP. How satisfied are you with the implementation of the Philippine Energy Labeling Program? Wow, we've got the biggest smile of all. And sige, Director Patrick, there you go. What can you say about how happy you are, the emoji that you just put up?
Well, I'm very happy because Sharina and Eric also had a happy face. That means we're doing something correct, not only for our consumers, but more importantly, our stakeholders as well.
And speaking of the guidelines that I asked about earlier, how do you feel about the implementation of the fines and penalties, everyone? Biglang hindi siguro. Okay. Ayan. Same yung answer natin from Sharp and Akari. Sharina, you first. Why both the happy and kind of the neutral face?
For us to be able to have the validation of the specifications we offer in our products, we have to undergo testing. And they are not cheap, but of course, quality does not come cheap either. So even though it's quite expensive, we see it in the long term, like what Director Patrick says. So the energy saving, and for us as a company, the sales, the benefits for the company and for the consumers will come in afterwards.
Eric.
Happy because there's may ngipin yung batas, but on the cost itself, we might go lower.
And of course, one last comment from you, Director Patrick. I know you put up the super big smile.
Well, the happy face is that the penalties is not, as I've been telling the stakeholders, our goal is compliance. The best evidence that we're doing the right thing is that we do not find any violations and we don't get to impose the penalties.
Ah, that's a good point. One more question for the emoji paddles. How do you feel about consumers shifting to energy-efficient appliances? Ah, all happy faces across the board. I will go straight to Director Patrick on this. And why do you think this is, that we saw all happy faces, even from our private sector partners?
Because the shift to energy-consuming products, the more efficient ones, translates to savings for the consumers. Lesser consumption, which benefits everybody. Again, it saves the Mother Earth from the other resources that we need to consume because now we're more efficient in how we use our electricity.
This has truly been an insightful discussion. And any parting words from each of you?
I'd like to have this opportunity to encourage everyone to promote this initiative from the Department of Energy and to be able to communicate the proper energy efficient products and identify it in the market. And of course, the benefit of the consumers is our main purpose.
I want to plea for the consumers to ask questions. If they're going to buy, ask question if tipid ba to or not. The energy label itself has a confirmation QR code that you can scan if totoo talaga nakakatipid ba ng kuryente o hindi. And be aware, open your mind that this is not only for the electric bills but also for the Mother Nature, reduce power consumption or reduce energy and save the earth.
Thank you very much, Sir Eric. And one last message from Director Patrick for this episode.
Okay, our message to our consumers is very simple, Tony. You have the power to make efficient choices because energy efficiency starts with you, and choose by choosing energy efficient products.
Maraming salamat muli, Sharina, Eric, and Director Patrick. And that wraps up another perceptive talk on energy conservation and energy efficiency. So to our dear viewers, the next time you shop for electrical appliances and devices, make sure to make smart choices by checking the energy efficiency label. This is Antoinette Toss, honored and grateful to be your host. And we'll see you next time to meet energy efficiency practitioners only here on Emerging Energy on CNN Philippines.